With more cities and states opening for business, you might expect car sales to pick up, but that's not what's happening. Phil LeBeau joins us now with more. Hey, Phil.
They have plateaued in terms of a rebound, down as much as 56% at the beginning of April. The last 3 weeks, according to J.D. Power, which tracks the sales at dealerships around the country, they've been down basically 25%. So if you go last week, and this is the end of each week, down 25%, 25%, 23%. So we're not seeing it come all the way back or even get closer to break even. We'll see what the sales come up with this week. A couple of factors here. First of all, you've got a slow lease market. A lot of people who had vehicles under lease did not bring them into a dealership. That may change over the next few weeks. Subprime buyers, and this is not a surprise, as the economy has slowed down, as we've seen unemployment shoot up, that subprime market, those buyers have been holding back. And then you had lackluster holiday weekend sales. Remember, Memorial Day weekend is typically one of the big weekends of the year for auto dealers. They did not have that, in part because you have some of the country that is not completely reopened. Used car sales, as you take a look at the auto dealer stocks, they have outpaced new vehicle sales. That's another factor why we haven't seen new vehicle sales come back as much as many people were expecting. And what's going to be the pace of auto sales for the automakers when they report it next week? Edmunds believes the pace of sales, and again, this is the pace of sales, not total vehicles, will be 11.8 million vehicles. That's well below the estimate of 15.5 million and nowhere close to where we were the last several years of 17 or 17.3 in the case of 2018, 2019. One other note, General Motors announcing late yesterday that it will be increasing its production. This is important, guys, for a couple of reasons. One, the supply is badly needed with certain vehicles like full-size pickups. There is a shortage and people need to buy those. And two, this shows that General Motors has really done a nice job in terms of managing COVID-19 and exposure of employees. So again, it'll be increasing production next week.
Hey, Phil, just want to ask you on that front. Again, we spoke with Brian Moynihan of Bank of America yesterday. It's important because he touches about half of all American households. Yep. He said that people are kind of hoarding money like we've been doing with groceries and everything else because they're worried about what's to come. In a situation like that, I can't expect that auto sales are going to be roaring back at any time soon because that's a big ticket item, a big purchase. Right. That if you're worried about whether you're going to keep your job or what's going to come, you don't do it unless your car's breaking down.
I think you're absolutely right, Becky. And I think we're seeing that with the auto dealerships. They are not seeing the level of traffic, in part because people either have been laid off or are worried about what might happen over the next several months with their job. Now, one thing that might change that, Becky, you throw out a sweet deal, and that's what we're seeing with full-size pickup trucks. I mean, those are fantastic deals right now, 0% for 7 years. That's when people sit there and say, well, I got to have a new truck at some point. I'm going to need it. And this offer means my payment is only going to be $50 more a month. I'll bite the bullet and I'll do it.